Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020 Career Mode episode number 17. We're still in that first race of the year. Sponsor objective is to win a stage. It's going to be easier said than done on a stage like this where time trialing is not my strong suit, but we are certainly better. We've got a couple better time trialists than what we had last season. One of those right now is William Barta, 73 time trialist, 74 pro logger, plus 2 to each of those stats today. Gives Barta a little bit of a chance here, so we ride with him as he goes to pass Tejada in front of him. So that's a really good sign that he is passing that rider. And also, I'm usually with Lopez and Zeta at a pretty good deficit right now. You can see there's a gentle uphill slope through the first half and a gentle downhill slope. It doesn't make a massive difference, but it does make a difference. And you can see that he's arrow tucked right now as we go across this line. And it's already put him back into a positive balance on energy towards the end of this stage. So he will be able to push a bit harder in that final kilometer. In fact, I think he can push a bit harder now at about a 77 and spread that out. So what can he do? Can he get up into a strong position? Well, Ryan Mullen is here. That's going to be difficult to beat a 20-minute, 47-second time set by him. We can push now into the 80s. There's the finish line. Attack it all the way to the end, 99. Third place. Excellent result. But definitely not a stage win. He's half a minute away. And actually, Cerny, the guy behind us, goes within 1 second of the overall race lead, also lapping the rider that we had passed out on the circuit as well. Tintani and Rodriguez are coming back to back, and they'll be next. Moreno's got our best time overall right now. And whoa. Let's pause for a moment. Tintani already setting off. Tintani just a 63 time trialist. We're going to be focusing on Oh, come on. I've had such bad luck with race day condition of late. A -2 for the guy who was supposed to be our best shot, which is Rodriguez. Zeta had a -5. Just atrocious luck on our early season race day condition bonuses as Rodriguez already. Look how close he is to Tintani. But that -2 to Rodriguez definitely hurts us. Definitely is going to knock us back a peg. Just 16th at the first checkpoint for him. Moreno will be setting out fairly soon. Okay, you know what, Rodriguez? We're going to try to push to 77 and see what happens. Alright, set up Moreno. He's got a nice race day condition, but of course isn't as good. Okay, we're going to try a 76 or a 77 throughout. You know what? Let's try a 77. Okay, Rodriguez. Good time. It's inside a minute, but that's not going to be good enough. Tintani's losing a ton of time here. Rodriguez pretty net neutral on that 77. Let's back off to a 76 here. You know what? Never mind. I think you can handle a 77. Give it a shot. Okay to go to the end. Neither of these guys have spare energy to really attack this, but right in the final kilometers, Rodriguez just about to cross the line, but let's get Tintani a little push as well. 13th. Minute 9 down. Barta is still in 5th. 5th is definitely not winning the stage, and Moreno's not going to do it. So, not happening on this stage. 2 to go after this one. Moreno, bit of a deficit that I don't know we can recover, and he's already only 18th place. 16th. By the end, Rodriguez is 13th, Barta still in 5th. It's not going to be the worst time ever or anything, but not doing myself any favors in the GC necessarily. So Moreno goes to slip out of the top 20. Ryloconis. No idea who that is. And actually, I'm even stumped when it comes to that flag. Where the heck this guy is from? Couldn't tell you. A yellow, green, red would suggest African. But what nation? I don't know. Pogacar still leads. Soler is second. Gegenhardt third. Poles, Valverde. Moreno still ninth place. Okay, he's still in the top. Oh, he's into the top 10. So I'll take that. I'll take that. That's a bit of a consolation for not getting a stage win. Just like having Zeta here is a bit of a consolation as well. Still think we're going to take a little bit of a drop when it comes to our sponsor evaluation to start the season, especially when we're going to be 0 for 1 when it comes to sponsor objectives. So Moreno is 9th, Rodriguez on same time as Davide Formolo, equal on 13th position, just ahead of Guillaume Martin. Tintani down in 32nd. Barta is 43rd overall after their performances in the time trial. The win is probably already decided, but the GC, at least for myself, comes down to this stage. Stage 7, it's a sprint stage. I have no sprinters here. We're definitely not going to win that. We're not going to win today either, so we're not claiming a win in this race. Understood. Now, I'm trying to get the best GC position that I can as we enter the final 24 kilometers, and we're going to spend almost 20 of that going up, and up. Unfortunately for me, my terrible luck continues. Again, neutral 0 race day condition expected across the board, and yet we have drawn a horrendous negative across the board with, for me, positionally, race leader Moreno picking up a -5. Barta, Zeta, Tintani, and Rodriguez all with negatives as well. So, yeah, that happened. So, it is what it is. We try to move on. So you can already see fatigue starting to set in as we aren't the greatest of climbers. Tintani, of course, he's a 75, but then we just -2 from his stamina and resistance. At least it didn't take away his pure climbing pace, but it's going to hurt. So it's going to hurt pretty bad. 12.5K to go. We're down to one rider left away. It's Aaron Burrow. And let's get these guys to use their gels before they end up with no ability to benefit from those gels. Okay, breakaways reeled in. Only a few riders out the back so far, but that will change pretty rapidly, I think. As the peloton really starts to thin out already. 9K to go. And we're seeing the first big acceleration. Gegenhardt comes to the front, ready to attack. I think he's going to try to attack early to see if he can't claim the overall. As he is sitting in that top 5. Moreno's not going to last too long, so let's go ahead and use his gel. And then we'll be down to Rodriguez and Tintani. Tintani right now is my best hope for a top 10 in the GC. Tintani's going to have to help Rodriguez for that because Tintani himself is too far down. And here it is. There goes Gegenhardt. 6.5K to go. And wow, look at this. Field wide. Massive acceleration. I need you guys to keep up a little bit better, but it's going to be hard to do so. Still 6 kilometers to go, and they just do not have the energy to really keep up. Wow, not 67, please. I don't see how an 87 with a slight roll of the wheel suddenly becomes a 67. Go ahead and use your gels. Tentani's hanging on a bit better. Rodriguez is going to get himself dropped here pretty quick, so much for that 14th place. But Tentani's a minute and a half behind. He's going to finish more than a minute and a half ahead, I think, of Rodriguez. The other guys, let's... Whoa, I didn't mean to speed up. I was trying to slow down. There you go. Otto. Alright, Rodriguez to Otto. He's been dropped. We are now third group on the road with Tentani. That's not the best place to be, but he does not have any sort of energy to actually attack in any sort of way here. 3K to go. Okay, we make contact with this group. 2K to go. Came together with the group in front of us. Take that at least, but we are well outside of the top 10 right now. 1.5K to go. He's got nothing left. He's almost 2 minutes ahead of Rodriguez, though. Pogacar takes the win. Soler second, so Gegenhardt's attack fails. Okay, still 1K. Sorry if there's a little background noise. I forgot to turn my speaker off. Gegenhardt ends up down in 7th. Tentani's going to end up 14th, which isn't terrible, but he's only 32nd overall. So he's going to be nowhere near the top 10 by the end of this. That brings us down to Rodriguez, who's only slightly outside of the top 20, but he's going to lose enough time. He's already only 14th, so definitely not a top 10. We don't pick up a consolation in that unless Tentani has at least moved into the top 25. I don't think that's going to be considered a consolation by our sponsor. So Tentani ends up finishing just inside the top 25. Rodriguez just a few seconds behind on the overall, down in 26th. Not much of a consolation, I don't think, but let's go ahead and find out together. Still, I think it could be worse. 10th as a team, when you consider that you've got a bunch of World Tour teams and top Continental Pro teams, and then we fit in the middle. I mean, we're ahead of Decathlon Quickstep and Astana. Considering the field, considering how strong this field was, it certainly could have been a lot worse. But William Bart's is happy with his top 5 in that time trial stage. But what will the sponsor think? Like I said, I do expect a negative. I do get the negative, but not a major. I mean, it dropped us a bit, but it was the first objective. So it was to be expected when you have a 0% success rate. We got a stage top 5. I mean, it certainly could have been worse. The results tab came down pretty low. Nothing noteworthy in there. But we did get the registered riders part. Yeah, there's give and take. Next up for us will be the Saudi Tour. And it starts tomorrow. This one, looking for 4 sprint stages and 1 punchy stage. Could be good for the GC. Oh, it's not even punchy. I think we could have 5 sprints on our hand, depending on how you navigate this, which is basically 1 steep kilometer. And that's it. 17% for 1K. Early enough that I think you can cover that off pretty easily. So 5 sprint stages. We'll be trying out the new sprint team, which, again, last season, right, Elian was the only guy we had, and he was atrociously bad. But he had no lead-out riders, so he was never in a strong position to take off. This season, Owain is like the bottom man on the totem pole of 4 bad sprinters. Not atrociously bad, because he's the bottom of that totem pole. So, we're a little stronger at the top, but barely. But the real thing is that the strength is that now there are 4 guys that do have a little bit of a turn of pace. Combined, if I can figure out how long their stamina lasts, when to turn that into a sprint, 4 okay-ish kind of sort of speed guys combined, I'm not going to get wins. I don't think I'm going to get wins, but I think we can start getting top 5s this season instead of getting 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th like we did last season. Burning up all of these guys that had no business being in the sprint train whatsoever. I'll at least have guys that are lead-out riders. I just, unfortunately, have 4 lead-out riders and no actual sprinter. So we're still not going to have that top-end speed that we need to get a win, but I think we can at least get up there, and maybe we'll grab a sprint or 2 this season, but not terribly likely. We'll give it a shot, though. We'll get 5 chances on this first go. Quiet race as we go into the 20K banner. Here is the breakaway of 3 riders. We're just about to bring them in. I didn't think we were going to make it before the sprint point, but the sprint point's right there. There is a chance. It's 17.5K, but I'm going to try to form my sprint train now, and whoever's at the front, I'm going to try to bring them out quickly. And actually, I think that could be Zeta and Vermark going out first, and that could be a good thing. Could be a very good thing. Vermark is going to go first, and then we'll follow him. Moreno. In between, there you go. Alright, that's my lead out guys here. So they're support riders with a little bit of punch for that one stage to help us through it. But then, down to that sprint train, Owain is now gone from the guy we have to rely on with his 67 sprint to the level 4 guy. Now, again, I have just terrible luck this season so far when it comes to race day conditions. Germain, the only one with a positive, at least it's a +3, so he is going to be our guy today. He's only a 69, but he does have good acceleration. He's got those +2s and excellent jump on the stamina resistance that's going to help him out, also that flat rating. So Germain should have a lot of energy when it comes to going on his sprint, and he should be able to last a bit longer. The only downside is he doesn't have great top speed, but it's still 71's a lot better than the 67 I was working with last season, and no proper lead out. Granigan's pretty good, 71.70 today, though low stamina resistance, he won't last long. Machado, though, look at that acceleration, a 77. That's your lead out guy, because he can really pick up the pace. It's going to be a very short burst for him, though. So Granigan can hold it a little longer. Terrible on the flat, though, so he really will need to sprint. Okay, for Mark, I actually do want a 99. Not what you would normally do, but 2.9K, we can pick up a few seconds and get ourselves in that GC conversation here. And nobody's thinking about it because there's still a breakaway, but they were only a few seconds away. And there you go. We pull them in. And now we go to the front. Now we can slow up a little bit. Whoa! Okay, Moretsko. Vermark gets 4 points. Moreno does get 2 points. So we do pick up some points. Vermark exhausted himself a bit, and there's still 13K to go. So we're going to swap these guys around a little bit. We're going to now rely on Moreno, and Moreno is just going to kind of cruise along, let Vermark recover, and he is recovering, so that's good. But already, wow, look at this. Look how hard the field is pushing. It's 11k though. I like that we're in position. I don't need to attack this too hard yet. There are 2 little punchy sections to this, so this is going to make it a little interesting. I think we're just about in position now. I think Moreno, we need to start inching up. A 91 is doing it, but can we actually get our teammates up here with you? Okay, Moreno, you should gel. Alright, 6k. I do want to turn it up a little bit. I think we can turn the screw as we go over the top here. Alright, Reno. Downhill, 72. 3k to go. This is going to give us a real shot today. Zeta has some uphill capability. This is not a normal sprint. This is not a normal sprint at all. I think we've got a real shot at doing something here. 1k to go. Oh, I think we're going to get a stage win. I think we're going to get our first stage win. Can we hold them off? Can we hold them off? It's Justin Hawaiian who did nothing all last season because he was the first sprinter in my line and at the front of the line. Granigan came from a couple spots back and was quickly going to overtake him, but we just beat Peter Sagan to that. That was all due to positioning. But we grabbed first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. That was all about position. Unexpected. Nice. We got a achievement there. First win of the season, first sprint win. Though that was a little bit more of a punchy one, and I think that's what caught them out. That little climb before the climb at the end, I was able to take some awareness of the situation and just put us in a strong position where we had a little bit of an advantage over the field, and none of the teams were beside us. And then Viviani only takes 8th, Devani 9th, Decker. I mean, those are all sprinters, and they're all much stronger than what I have. Trentin only 15th. But that little punchiness to the end of that made a massive difference. And having my punchy rider using his energy to bring everybody else along, and because of how short it was, they were able to follow along and not exhaust themselves. That worked out basically to perfection. I mean, we got 6 of the top 7 placings. And Moreno, the only one who was further back in 22nd. That's going to give us a strong GC look also. Owain, Granigan, Vermark, and Moreno all taking time. 4 of the top 6 riders in GC with a little bit of a time bonus. I don't know what the other stages are going to be like. I don't think I can replicate what I just did. But we got our stage win. So there you go. First sponsor objective a failure, but second sponsor objective succeeds. That's a really good way to go. And actually, now that I've already succeeded on the objective, I think I can move on, move up, and we'll have a decent GC. I think I'll play out stage 4 just to focus on that GC and make sure we don't lose anytime. You quick sim that, and it will come down to punchy riders at the front. So I'll make sure we hang on, but Hawaiian, super happy after that. Okay, well, happy. Everybody else is normal, but green is good. Alright, well, we're definitely going to see the sponsor confidence go back in that right direction. Really happy about that. Good start to the season. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.